Hi, Shardul. Thank you for your essay and apologies for the delay. Now let's have a look at your essay about international marketing. Multinational corporations, and we don't need capitalization there, are collecting and analyzing vast variety of data from the countries they are doing business with. Okay. Information collected through surveys are quite sensitive, influential, and provide detailed insights of economy, social structure, political situation, and many more aspects. A group of people is concerned about the data gathered by such multinational organizations and consider it as security threat, whereas other group of people take it with the spirit of cultural exchange act. Okay. Wait a second. So the topic that you had to write above, as far as I remember, was the international marketing, right? Right, I just checked. So, as we said in the email, we're going to give you some advice regarding task achievement. Well, task achievement is the criterion, which means how you answer the question. So if you answer the question correctly or if you go off topic. And something about your coherence or the logical connection of your topic, of your writing. Well, let's start with the task achievement. The thing is that very little in this paragraph, in this introduction, deals with the topic that we have. And our topic says international marketing is regarded as invasive or disruptive to a country, while other people think that it may be educational, an economical form of providing education about languages, culture, and so on. Nothing there says about collecting data, surveys, data gathered against security threats. This is not about gathering data and seeing this as in the spirit of cultural exchange. Unfortunately, this is very deeply off topic, and this may pose a really serious threat to your actual exam mark. Were this a real exam answer? So if this had been a real exam answer, you would have lost a lot of points in task achievement because this is off topic. This is not the right answer completely. Let's see what we have next. If at least something here in the further paragraphs have to do with the topic that we have, I will make at least some comments regarding task achievement. If not, I will simply make comments about grammar and vocabulary. As we know, in the present era of globalization, many companies do their trade in other countries, and for achieving success in their ventures, they conduct surveys of the target market to know their financial status and so on. No, this topic is not about surveys, trust me, no. In the recent times, some countries have accused companies like Google and Facebook for misuse of the data. Knowing these facts, such activities are real threats to national security of the countries. It's not about this. I'm sorry, but it's not about this. However, these kinds of international trades provide opportunities of culture exchange, brings the people of different culture closer, enhances the understanding of the citizens. Okay, it also increases the efficiency of spreading ideas. Okay, wait a second. Now you go somewhere else. First of all, you discuss that many companies do surveys and collect information about their clients, and then you go, well, international trade provides this. Indeed, it does, but this is absolutely not connected to whatever you said here. Like, this is not about surveys and collecting data and whatever Facebook scandal with Cambridge Analytica, if you refer to that, to the misuse of the data. I'm sorry about that, but it's completely off topic. I believe international marketing has an abundance of advantages if those could be availed sensibly. I will only support humanity in leveraging their life. It will not only support humanity in leveraging their life, but also support in achieving milestones those were never ever achieved in the history of mankind. I'm not sure I understand what you meant here. The words are beautiful, but they don't um, connect, and the I don't understand the idea behind them. Sorry about that. So, so let's begin with the beginning, and then I'll try to comment on the grammar and vocabulary because it's difficult to comment on grammar and vocabulary when the content is completely off. So, Shardul, I hate to disappoint you, but please be very careful when you read the task. I'm going to pause this and I'm going to add the task right here. As you can see, I have copy pasted the task. You see, you can read the task right now. This is nothing about surveys. International marketing here in this context is advertising. Imagine, let's say, a new company is from, let's say, North Korea, is aggressively advertising their wonderful, wonderful product, presenting examples of their music, culture, some fancy song, and so on, showing the great unity and whatever of North Korean people and so on. So they're spreading their ideas, language, and culture to your home country, whatever that home country is. You see, but some people think that this kind of advertising is invasive and an intrusion, and it can actually influence the mindset of people. It can brainwash them and think, well, having a great, powerful leader is not that bad. So why don't we change something in the political structure of our country and have one to ourselves? So you see, it's kind of brainwashing in this respect. So it's not about what you wrote, unfortunately, no. So when you are at the exam, make sure that you read the task very carefully. Make sure that and that this is for you to reach band 7. One, read the task very, very carefully. Make sure that you understood it properly. 2, take yourself 7 minutes and 5 minutes, let's say 5 minutes, and brainstorm and write notes in note form. Collect the most important ideas and think like this is argument number 1 and 2, and this is why argument 1 works. Point 1, 2, and this is why argument 2 works. Point 1, 2, and this is a nice example for argument 1, and this is a nice example for argument 2. Conclusion based on my arguments. This is what you do. Then you take yourself 20 minutes and you write, and then you take yourself another 5 or 7 minutes and you check what you wrote for grammar or vocabulary. And this is how you will use time and resources, and by resources I mean your imagination, knowledge, and memory and writing ability to do things in order, and there will be no mixture between the processes. And remember, when you brainstorm, you don't write sentences, you write only keywords or expressions. When you write, you don't produce any ideas, you're done producing ideas, you don't add anything. You simply write sentences, and when you proofread at the end, you simply check for grammar and vocabulary. Perhaps you can replace a couple of words, you can fix a couple of grammar points, and that's it. You don't add ideas, you don't add sentences. You simply check and correct. Now, what can I tell you about your grammar? I'm going to go like in 1 minute, I'm going to go from beginning to end and fix whatever I can in terms of grammar and vocabulary as I go. Multinational corporations are collecting and analyzing vast variety of data, or I wouldn't say a variety of data, a vast amount of data from the countries they are doing business with. The information collected through, you cannot write in short forms. The full form of through is, beg your pardon, is this, and this is how you're only allowed to write. Through surveys information is quite sensitive, influential, and provides detailed insight of economy, social structure, political situation, and many more aspects of what? Of the country under examination, or what? A group of people is concerned about the data gathered by such multinational organizations and considered, if you say a group of people, you have to mean which group. For you can say certain people. Whereas, okay, comma here connects to the next sentence. Whereas another, let's say, group of thinkers or similar thinkers take it with the spirit of Cultural Exchange Act. I wouldn't use the word act. No. Here, I know that you're trying to use a collocation, but no. Okay, the grammar here is okay. I can see that you have a good command of complex vocabulary. You know words like influential, Cultural Exchange Act, people are concerned, surveys. If you go here, your vocabulary is topical. It's about commerce and trade and all this. Let's check this. As we know, in the present era of globalization, many companies do their trade in other countries. Okay. And for achieving success in their ventures, they conduct surveys of their target market. Great vocabulary. You have really good vocabulary to find out about their financial status, language preferences, purchase patterns, liking or disliking, or likes or dislikes, and political inclination. Perhaps you could say even political inclination. In the recent times, some countries have accused companies like Google and Facebook for misuse of the data gathered on their portal for influencing vital processes like state elections. I wouldn't say vital processes. I would rephrase this. I would say for influencing, let's say, milestone events in the life of a country. Knowing these facts, such activities are a real threat to the national security of many countries. So you can see your grammar errors are minor. An article here, a preposition there, some verbal forms here and there, so it's not a big deal. But it's not about that. Good grammar and good vocabulary are not going to give you a good mark if you're completely off topic. That's the problem with this topic. Okay, however, these kinds of international trades provide opportunities of cultural exchange, bring the people of different culture, bring closure to people of different culture. I don't understand why they bring closure, because to bring closure means something else. Enhance the understanding of the citizen. How exactly? Perhaps you need some explanation. It also increases the efficiency of spreading ideas. How exactly? In recent times, the technology invented by the developed nations were being utilized by the underdeveloped, this is one word, countries on the African continent to protect them against natural calamities. This is completely something else, or is this the example of how? But this is not about technologies. This is not about using technology. This is about cultural exchange, right? So cultural exchange is not technological exchange. You really have to divide and then split the concepts. So I told you that I'm not sure I understand this because you use language in an unusual way. So to sum up, Shardul, make sure that you understand the task correctly. Make sure that happens, and you will certainly get above 6.5, because I understand that you have a lot of practice writing, because you're quite coherent most of the times. I think this conclusion is an exception. You probably wrote this in a hurry. But the thing is that if you keep your present day style and command of vocabulary, just try to work on your grammar accuracy. Reread what you write. Sometimes you can fix many minor errors, like, for example, these kinds bring. It's not brings, it brings, but the kinds bring. So the verbal form is incorrect. And this is a slip, and there are many slips. So, you really have to make sure that you brush through your text and remove all these errors. So if you're interested in getting rid of many of these typical mistakes, try our online course. You will find it really useful, especially in the context of misinterpreting topics and writing sentences which are difficult to be understood. Explore the link at the end of my feedback email. And remember, if you sign up for the online course in the next 24 hours, you will get 2 essay corrections for free. And I think that that's worth it. And you'll see a lot of students confirm that our online course helped them greatly, and it helped them in no time to increase their chances of getting their desired band 7 or higher very, very, very easily. So explore that, and all the best of luck, and make sure that you pay attention all the time.